Okay, hey guys, I'm doing Mila Kunis today. I've had a lot of requests for her, and also she's just really popular right now. She's in the press a lot, so I think she's beautiful. So here we go. Just going to tell you briefly about the look. The look I've gone for, it will flash up in a second, but it's a really nice brown smoky eye. You don't have to use brown, you can use different colours and just follow the same technique. And then I'm just going to keep the skin looking really fresh. And so I'm using a Bobbi Brown foundation today for a change from MAC. So let's get started. So basically I'm going to start with using Estee Lauder Matte Perfect Primer, which is this. This is brilliant because if you get a bit shiny, it will just get rid of the shine, and also just hold your makeup in place. Especially good for like a nice, like a night out. So just pop that on all over and just use your fingers. And then I'm using Bobbi Brown. This is the shade is 4.5. It's nice actually because it's a bit lighter, because if your skin's in quite good nick, then don't put loads of foundation on it. And that's what I noticed with her. She always has quite flawless skin, but you can see it's not sort of heavily, put on her skin. Do you know what I mean? It's quite nice and light still. And I'm using this amazing brush. It's actually like my favourite brush right now. It's from Crown Brushes. I can't actually remember the name of it, but there's only like one on the whole side, so like that looks like this. So put it on the back of my hand, rubbing it in, and then literally just buff it into the skin, and it's so nice. The finish is amazing. Make sure you're going around the jaw to the hairline. But this brush does make everything so much easier. You could use the foundation on its own, just use your fingers, that's absolutely fine too. Okay, and then forehead. Just be careful that the hairline looks natural. So that's a little giveaway. Okay. This is quite nice and light, like you still sort of see the skin through it, which is good. And then what I'm going to do is just any areas that need a little bit extra attention, I'm just going to use my Bobbi Brown sticks. So I've got 3 and 5, so 3 is beige, 5 is honey, and I just go between them. And for that I'm just using a little blending brush. The good thing about the sticks, especially if you're a makeup artist, I'm just going around my eyes. If you are a makeup artist, you can just keep them in your kit, but like you don't have to have every number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can just have like 3, 5, 6, whatever, and mix them and make the shade that you need. And also you can have that for your personal kit, because then when you're a bit more tan and you're on a night out, you've got the darker ones. So I'm just using it under my eyes. It's not actually a concealer, but it's just a heavier foundation. And then just tapping it into the skin. Okay, so just what I can see around here, so a little spot, and then around the nose. And then my chin. I feel like that's been a bit red recently. I'm not sure if it's an age thing. Getting a bit paranoid about turning 30. So then you can just carry on or not, you know, like I've got a little scar there, you could just go over that if you want to, or just, you know, leave some imperfections. Gives you character. Right, so now I'm using a MAC 130 brush. Ta-da. And I am using MAC Mineralize Skin Finish. This is dark. And I'm going to mix with MAC Mineralize Skin Finish medium. They actually look very different. So, you know, dark, medium, it is handy to have both, because to pick one of the two is quite hard. It's quite a big jump. But you know, Christmas is coming up, so pop it on the old Crimbo list. And then I'm just buffing it into my skin. And that's really nice because it still gives you a nice sort of sheen, it's not too powdery. Okay, so now let's move on to brows. Now she does have very nice defined brows. They're probably a little bit thicker than mine. So I am going to thicken them out very slightly. And for that you can use a pencil, or you can use an angled brush and some shadow. So I'm just going to use, it's a brown shadow, it's Embark, and I'm mixing it with a little bit of MAC Brune. So both MAC, but you know, if you've got a flat brown that hasn't got a tone to it, it's just, you know, you don't want anything sparkly, or that's kind of too warm or too ashy, just very much just like a flat brown, then use that. Most people do have one lying about somewhere. So I'm just starting at the beginning there, making my shape. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping with the shape of my eyebrow, but I just want to go slightly bigger. And hers are really light, they're not really sort of elongated long, like some of the Towie girls, like there's quite sort of, their brows brought down quite long. Hers aren't actually that long, but they're just quite full. So just filling them in. Okay, so you can just see the difference there. And go on to the other one. It can be a bit tricky just filling brows in like this freehand. So if you find it easier to use a pencil, then do that. There's actually some really good ones at the minute by Smashbox, and they've got like, they're sort of a bit waxy, and then you can, they've got an angle on them already, the pencil, and just fill them in, and then it's got a little brush at the other end, so it's really nice. It's just all in one. And if you do feel like you go over your eyebrow line, don't worry, you can just take that off with a little bit of Bobbi brown stick. Okay, and then just step back and have a look at them, check they're sort of even. Like so. Right, so that's them done. And I'm just going to really quickly brush through them. So it just keeps them looking natural. So onto the eyes. Now then, I'm using Benefit today. Shock. So this is called Leggy. This is a really nice colour just to start in the corner of your eyes there. I worked on Peaches Geldof's wedding. I did the bridesmaids, and we were sponsored by Benefit, so I was given a lot of Benefit makeup, and I've actually found some really nice pieces in it. So I was a bit of a MAC fiend, and now I'm sort of branching out a bit gradually. So for all those other makeup fans of Benefit and other things, this will be nice for you. So this is Dandy Brandy as well. Oh yeah, sorry, I was thinking it's a Dandy Brandy, but I didn't. Right, so starting with Leggy. Just popping it in the corner of the eye. Don't go too far in, literally just want a little bit, and then just coming out underneath as well, just so you get that nice little pop and you look fresh straight away. Just like so. Okay, and then now I'm going to sweep over the whole lid with Dandy B. I say sweep, but actually I'm moving in very sort of tap-in motions over the lid. Reason being, if you go like that, what happens is all the shadow just goes everywhere and sprinkles underneath and makes a real mess. Okay, and because this brush is a little bit more narrow, it's actually C204. This is a crown brush, and they're really good, and they're quite affordable. I'm just popping a little bit on the tip and going in underneath. It's a really nice colour actually. It's not too like dark brown, like oh my goodness, it's a bit scary to work with. It's just a nice soft brown. So it would look really, you could even get away with wearing it in the day. It depends sort of what kind of person you are, and if you, how, you know, daring you are with your makeup and everything. And if you wanted to go a little bit dark, you could even just get a little bit of black and pop that in the outer socket. So now I'm using one of my Japonesse brushes and just tapping a tiny bit of the Dandy Brandy on the brush, and now I'm just doing a little squinty eye and blending it all through. Just blending it into that corner bit, but not right into the corner because I do want to keep some of that lightness, but I'm just trying to soften the line slightly. Okay, and just underneath. I want it to be like a smoky eye, but still quite fresh. I don't want it to look too heavy. And then with a MAC 219, I'm just going to get something a little bit light. I am going to use my, where is it then? Bobbi Brown. Can't see it. Ah. Here it is, Shimmer Brick. This one is beige, and I'm not going to show it to you because it's rather upsetting. Okay, well, it broke in my bag. How upsetting is that? So, but you know, you can still use it. So I just went for the sort of the lightest one in the beige block, and now I'm just softening out that line there and highlighting the just underneath the brow, which looks really nice. Just dash a little bit in there as well. Okie dokie. Little hair there. Bugger off. Okay. Right, so now I'm not going to line it actually. I am going to do something different. So I'm going to use a flat brush, which this is Crown Brush. And I'm just going to use a very dark brown. It's a MAC one, it's called Embark. And you can see the colour that's come out. And I'm just going to push that into the lash line underneath. So it just gives a little bit of definition, but without lining it. I think sometimes if you line it, it can completely change the look from being smoky, so I don't want to do that today. Okay. Okay, and also if you're feeling a bit like tired or your eyes are looking a bit red, this is fantastic. This is NC15/NW20, and it's a Chromographic pencil by MAC. And some people use white, and that can be a bit harsh, a bit stark inside the eye, and this just looks really natural and amazing. You see the difference straight away. It just really freshens and brightens the eye up. So I just want it to be quite a nice, a bit more of a natural smoky eye. So for people that don't necessarily like to wear a lot of heavy makeup, but they also, you know, want to do something a bit special with their makeup. So now I'm just using MAC Dazzle Lash. You can use whatever you like. I like this just because I like the wand, which I may have mentioned before. Because you can almost just do each individual lash with the wand. And then I was just kind of squint my eye to get in there and do the lower lashes. Okay, and that just opens it all up. Go on to this one. And I'm not going to put any false lashes on today, but feel free to if you want to add that on top. But I don't think it always needs it. You know, if you put quite a bit of mascara on, you can just get away with it like this. Cool. Eyes on. Right, now cheeks. So Japanese brush, nice soft cheeky brush, and I'm going to use a little bit of clove. Just going to do a tiny bit of contouring. I'm not going to go mad because she actually doesn't have a lot of contour in her pictures, I've noticed. So that's it, done. Feels very strange stopping because I'm used to like loads of contouring, really shaping the face, but just nice and natural today. And then I'm just going to go over the top of that and just pop a little bit of MAC Style on. It's just like a peachy kind of colour, but it also just gives a nice dewy sheen. So that's another thing that I've noticed about Mila Kunis. She always has like quite dewy skin. So that looks nice. Oh, aren't I clever? Okay, so I am just going to use a little bit of MAC Subculture lip liner. Okay, so not heaps, just a little bit. And then the new Kate Moss lipstick by Rimmel, and this is 113. And it's really nice. So I'm just tapping it on. Tastes a bit like watermelon. And that's it. I mean, obviously don't look like her because she's got dark hair and her face, but